Well, hello everybody, it's me, Granddaddy Love Cars, and I'm here with another video for y'all. Now, I got a phone call the other day, and I heard that my grandchildren love Corvettes. I love Corvettes. So what did I do? I decided to come here and bring y'all another Corvette to review, and we're gonna get the thing started. Now, before I start, y'all know the routine. If them little buttons and stuff down there, click them, like them, write them, all that for Granddaddy. Also, of course, if you're listening, please sponsor me, because I love you. Pro Charger, if you're listening, please sponsor Granddaddy, because I need you. I need you. Now, without anything else, we're going to get right into this car review right here. As you can see, this is a beautiful base model C8 Corvette. 490 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. Mid-engine. Mid-engine. Mid-engine Corvette. Let me show y'all something. Like I said, this here is a C8 Corvette. If I'm not mistaken, this here body style started in 2020, I believe. They changed it. This is empty. This is full. No engine. All engine. Now, let me get a little technical with y'all. It's a mid-engine because that engine sits technically behind the front wheels and in front of the rear wheels. You can see it. Big, beautiful V8 push rod motor on the base model only. I'll come back to that. Nice 305 30/20. And in the front, you got 245 35/19. Always staggered wheels like every Corvette has been to this day. Now let me get into this thing. Now, Granddaddy showed y'all this beautiful C8 Corvette. Now, I remember back in the day, I'm Granddaddy. I remember the very first Corvette came out in the 50s. It wasn't as iconic like we know it now. There wasn't no power junkie. It wasn't very, it was a nice car. It wasn't much. Until later, over time, more editions came out. They started making more performance-based cars until this has become one thing y'all know I take serious. This is a sports car. And it's not a muscle car. It's not an exotic car. It's not a hyper car. Now, I like to call this Euro spec. What that means? Mid-engine, got trunk in the front, got all this little nice cockpit inside. It's real Euro spec. Now, but the car here is a sports car still. So like I said to y'all, Jesus Christ, what's already? This front come factory with Michelin. These are 245 35/19. Similar to my C6. I believe it has 245 35/18 in the front. And this is a nice size tire, and this specific brand is good for the front handling and traction, considering this is a rear-wheel drive car. I love this. Now, it's full steel brakes. Now, let me tell you something. There's so many models and trims of this car. You got the base. I think you got the Z51 package. You got the ZR1. You got the Z06. And they even got specialty track packages of whatnot like that. But for this one here, you got full steel brake pads. You got full steel brake rollers, not drilled and slotted. Some models have those options. You can upgrade it yourself. Nice. And I'm going to assume 6-piston brakes. I'm going to assume they're Brembo as well. It says forged. These must be forged wheels. I'm assuming they're aluminum. Now, Z06, that super fancy package, has carbon fiber wheels. Well, I'm pretty sure you can throw 100 miles in the air because carbon fiber is light. Apparently, the Z06 model, the wheels are so light that you have to get the suspension tuned it's tuned differently. You don't have to get it. It comes tuned in a different manner just to handle how light the wheels are. If you put technically your own carbon fiber wheels on the Z06 without that package, the suspension ain't gonna be tuned right to handle such light wheels. Now, oh Jesus. Now, one thing that's different about this Corvette compared to mine, simple things, of course, I got drilled and slotted, but it has its own personal emergency brake. It's 2 brake caliper systems on one wheel, one rotor, one for braking, and I believe the other one is for your emergency brake. Just because these brakes bite hard too, and the computer can control the braking force you get. Now, that wasn't my point. My point was, I told y'all, 305 30/20. That's a pretty decent sized tire. Now, for this horsepower rating, 490 horsepower, you need 305. Now, my Corvette back in the day, it came out with 285 width tires. I upgraded mine to 305. Now, the fact that you take your money and they'll give you 305 on the base model right off the showroom floor is wonderful, because I kid you not, that little bit of traction, wider width, give you that much more traction. I promise you, I'm a living witness now. Now, I'm gonna try to show y'all best I can. Now, like I said, the key point of this here Corvette is the fact that the engine is mounted in the rear of the car. It's a mid-engine car, but it's in the rear. You get what I'm saying now? Now, this is a push rod engine, but it's not an LS. It's the new version, which is called the LT. Now, similar as hell to an LS, new and improved. You get what I'm saying now? Okay, it's like when the Incredible Hulk used to have green makeup on back in the day when I watched it, and now they use that CGI and stuff to make them all big and strong. Now, I believe this is called the LT2, very, very similar to the LT1. The LT1 was in the C7 Corvette, 6-gen Camaro, has 455 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque. Like I said, this has 490 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Now, it's pretty much the same engine. There's little differences, a little more power. Now, one thing that's interesting to me, that since this exhaust, clearly it doesn't have to run through the whole vehicle because the engine is in the rear. The exhaust manifold on this vehicle are flipped around. You see, they come right up, so it can go essentially through the rear bumper and diffusion out the exhaust pipe. That's very cool and interesting. Of course, you can put long tube headers and different forms of headers on here. It won't be long as, you know, the same style like a front mount engine, but you can do that. Different exhausting things. And then apparently the intake manifold on this vehicle is flipped around, unlike the LT1 variant, his cousin. It's just a wonderful motor. It's powerful, and this is still the push rod motor, unlike the Z06 and ZR1, which went Euro spec for real with a flat plane and dual overhead. Good old push rod. Now, I will say it's a little tight in here. It's still a simple system of engine, but it's a little tight in here. Granddaddy like old school. I need some space. And also, while you can't see it, I'll also like to mention that this is a dual clutch 8-speed automatic transmission. It's different. There's no other way for me to explain that from driving so many vehicles. Good automatics, manual transmission. I don't know if it's the speed of it, the smoothness. This 8-speed dual clutch transmission, automatic transmission, is different. We see this is a true mid-engine car because it has a frunk, trunk. It's a frunk, okay? Don't call it a trunk. Don't call it the one in the front. It's a frunk, all right now? Now, Granddaddy, my grandchildren, Junior, come help me out this car. See, I I can't fit too well, and your items won't either. Now, I won't lie. Oh, Lord, how am I gonna get out of here? Oh, Jesus. Junior ain't no good. Oh, Lord. Now, there is a little bit of space. Now, you see how tall my cane is? It comes, this is about my knee point. You can fit about this much deep. You see how long it is? You can fit about 3 book bags, maybe a duffel bag. You can put a little bit of grocery in here. Don't go crazy. You ain't about to get 2 40 packs of water from Sam Club and stuff like that. But you can. Which brings me to almost my favorite point / aspect of this vehicle outside of the performance. This vehicle has 2 trunks. 1 frunk, 1 real trunk. Now what? That's crazy. Why? A Lambo don't got that. Ferrari don't got that. What it do? Because we in America, damn it, and we need some space. Now, this is the frunk. I love it. You can fit a good little bit of stuff in there. We're gonna walk around again. Can't fit everything in there. Now this one is your actual trunk. Engine. See those headers I mentioned? And the actual trunk. And it's not bad. It's decent size. The combination of the front and rear gives you decent space. Also, every Corvette since C6 is also a convertible, even if it's the coupe version. You can manually take this top off and it stores in here. It's made to be in here. It can fit. The Corvette engineers designed this to be able to fit golf clubs as well. As you can see, LT2 490 horsepower V8 rumbling. The exhaust valves are open because it's in track mode. Now, unlike other Corvettes, this base model exhaust pipes on the side. The new Z06 and Z01 have them in the middle like traditional Corvettes have. Now let me give y'all a quick glance in the middle. Y'all, Granddaddy, you know I'm crazy. Y'all ignore that bill right there. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown because, you know, it's a Corvette. The interior is much nicer than mine, but let me tell you, that the C7 is smaller than the C6 and the C8 is smaller than the 7. That's the worst part. In my C6, I get in there, I'm 6'3". I feel great in there. Now, of course, just like everything, paddle shifter, square steering wheel. We got a nice screen. The screen will show you everything from performance to all the above. It's because the hood open, but it will show you anything. Z mode, that gives you your own custom mode. You can use this dial, put it back into whatever mode you like. Also, the valves close when you put it in tour. It's a basic, you know, Chevy screen, you know, map, songs. You got all this phone and stuff, but you can also use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is a very nice feature. Got sun visors. A digital rear view mirror. You can turn it off. You can turn it on. It's just pointing at the sky because I got the trunk open. Also, like I said, change your drive modes right here. Glove compartment. Now this is different. This vehicle is literally centered around the driver. All this is your AC mode, nothing else. All this is angled towards me as the driver. The passenger is literally just here for the ride and experience. Nothing is centered around them. Nothing at all. You can hop in here, put it in manual mode, put it in drive, whatever. You put your paddle shifters, boom, 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 and you're going. In Granddaddy, I have to show y'all launch control mode, because, boy, my heart almost dropped out of my butt. Oh, Lord. Launch control.